This is a technique that I use on almost all of the upstyles that I do in the salon. I curled the mannequin's hair using a flat iron and Aquage Beyond body spray in small sections. Here I'm just taking the mohawk section and clipping it out of the way because it is the last section that I will be putting up. I then separate the sides out because they will be the second and third to last sections that I use this technique on. I use a Aquage detailing cream to give control and shine to the hair just to make sure that it doesn't end up being frizzy at the ends. I run it through my hands and then on the hair from root and concentrating mostly on the ends. Here I'm starting a braid, so just your traditional regular braid, but if you notice, I'm not separating the hair at the ends. I'm just braiding, making sure that the ends reverse braid themselves. I'm then going to take the tail, loop it through, find a small section of hair at the bottom, hold it tight, and then pull the hair up. I'm then going to take a bobby pin and using it like I would a needle and thread, needle it through the hair, connecting at the scalp. I'll take the end piece and wrap it around and also hide that away with a bobby pin. I'm going to continue the same technique over and over on this mannequin to give her sort of a faux hawk type updo. Again, I'm just taking another section, clipping it out of my way, taking some detailing cream, running it over the ends, and then starting my braid without bringing the separation of pieces all the way down. And then I'm going to loop my tail through, find a teensy piece of hair, pull it tautly, and slide it up towards the head. Again, I'm using my fingers to separate my next piece. I'm going to take a little bit more detailing cream and run it over her ends to smooth them out and give them a shiny finish. And I'm going to take my 3-strand braid again without separating the ends. Once it gets hard to braid, I'm going to loop it through. Find my little tiny end and push the braid towards the scalp, securing it with bobby pins with a needle-like motion. And then I'll pull out and distress as I go if I want a little bit more fullness. more detailing cream. Running it over the ends. Starting my 3-strand braid without ever letting the ends separate. Looping the ends through and taking my little piece and pulling it up towards the scalp. Here I'm going to start on the side of the mannequin's head. Again, I need some more detailing cream. You can't use enough of this stuff. I'm just going to run it over her hair, make sure that it smooths any flyaways. I'm going to start my braid without letting the ends separate. Flip my braid through the center and take a small piece and bring it down towards the scalp. And take another section. Braid without letting the ends unravel. Put the tail through the middle of the braid and again pull down towards the scalp. And you can see the beautiful texture that it's leaving on the side where you can't really tell if it's a curl or a braid. It just seamlessly falls into the previous section. I'm going to get rid of those long stringy ends and just tuck them away with the bobby pin. And I'm going to start on the other side. Body position is key. You want to be able to stand with the braid in front of you. So whatever's easier, if you're lefty or righty, whatever feels more comfortable, but you want to be able to have that braid in front of you. So the top is important in this updo if you wanted it to look like a mohawk. I wish that I was standing a little farther away so you could see a little bit better. But I usually do it in 2 or 3 sections, and it's the same. I grab the detailing cream, I run it through the ends of the hair to make sure that the hair has shine and no frizz. I'm pretty rough, so I just almost threw her across the room, but that's okay. So again, I'm going to start with my braid, not letting it unravel towards the ends. The only difference between the top and the sides is I'm going to direct the hair straight down to give it the most volume at the root, so it gives it that pompadour mohawk feel. I always say that the last section is the most important, so take your time with that one. You know, if it doesn't come out perfect, just redo that one section because that is the money shot for the entire updo. Here I just grabbed some finishing spray to spray on the front of the hair just to give it some extra smooth humidity resistance and shine. And again, I'm just braiding as I had before. And then I will flip the ends in, hold my braid back, and then pull towards the front, and you'll see that little bit of pop. You can always adjust at the end. Hairspray is our best friend for all of fine tuning. So here's the finished look. It's kind of like a mohawk, which depending on where you decide to place all of your finished slip braids, it'll look totally different. So I hope you guys liked it. And if you try it, please hashtag Hair by Christine & Co. so I can see your work. Thanks, guys.